I am in Antigua, Guatemala, and this time I'll be staying at a boutique hostel right here called Papaya. And according to booking.com, this is actually a 4-star hostel according to them. I've never stayed close to anything like a 4-star hostel, but this will give me a good opportunity to see is it really 4 stars like how it was described. Why don't we check in and find out. Papaya is very centrally located, about a 5-minute walk from the most well-known landmark of Antigua, Guatemala, the Santa Catalina Arch. The entrance to the property is located in one of the typical historic buildings there. You need to ring the buzzer in order to get in. Like every time, since later I realized that they don't actually give you the key to the main gate. Once going to the gate, the reception office is on the left. Yeah, it is certainly the reception of a hostel rather than of a 4-star hotel. But the certificates on the wall did provide some extra assurance that this property was unlike any other hostels. It was supposed to be one of the best hostels in Antigua Guatemala and even North America. Well, at least according to what was shown on the wall. Alright folks, so welcome to my king-size private room. And believe it or not, before this one, I actually stayed in one of the dorms. That was before my hike to Octanango. And today I just got back, so if you notice that I had some outfits changed, that's because I just took a shower and getting freshened up. Otherwise, before, which was during the Semana Santa on Good Friday, because most of the hotels here are either sold out or they jacked up the price to an unbelievable amount, as much as 200 USD a night for a very simple room. So I booked a dorm bed in a 4-bed dorm, which is one of the more deluxe versions of the dorms here at Papaya. There are also other dorms that probably offers 10 beds, 12 beds, but I did not try those. And the cost, because it was during Semana Santa, for that specific 4-bed dorm room was almost the same as one night here inside this king bedroom right after Semana Santa. As for how much I paid, I will reveal at the very end of this video, so make sure you keep watching all the way to the end. So first, why don't we take a look at what the dorm's like. Then I'll be talking about this king bed private room. Here comes the trash can, and this is my bed. It's pretty simple and only has one power outlet here, which, could work. But ideally, if they have 2, that would be better. Oh, they have more here. And here are the lockers. Of course, you have to bring your own lock, like any other hostels in the world. And they also have these little cubicles you can store your stuff, I guess on a temporary basis. Maybe a pair of shoes, something like that. Which in this case, I do have the hiking boots, so it will be handy if I can just leave it right here. Well, I thought they have air conditioning units here inside this specific dorm, but turns out they don't. And all they have here is a fan. Here's the button and fan is running. I probably don't need it. And based on my experience on Lake Atitlan and Guatemala City, it's kind of hot right now, but after the sunset, the temperature is gonna drop dramatically, which in most cases, it's actually gonna get cold, but we'll see how it goes tonight. As you can see, there are only 4 beds in total. I believe some of the other dorms have like as many as 10 beds. And it is a bit dark inside even during the day. But I guess if it remains dark all day long into the night, I think that probably could work in my favor, because I am a little bit light sensitive, and if there isn't a lot of light when I'm sleeping, that's the best thing I can ever wish. 2 more outlets here, but again, like the other ones, too far away from the beds. And also a little hook for your jacket. It also has a very nice curtain. It's probably too early to test out to see how well this curtain blocks the light. But one thing I can notice immediately is that there is a little gap right here. And of course that's the ladder to the upper berth. But the one thing I can at least tell you is that the bed is really comfy. At least it's better than a sleeping pod at the Mexico City International Airport. Thanks to the dark room overall, the lights didn't bother me that much. But the noise from the bar that continued until around 11 or 12 o'clock at night did. Well, a little bit. Because this is a hostel dorm, that means you'll need to use the shared communal bathroom instead of having a private bathroom for your own use. Overall, the main communal bathroom was of good hygiene, and I never had to wait for any shower or toilet stalls because there were plenty of them. There was also a communal hall, a lounge, a kitchen, and a drinking water station located inside the same building. Of course, close to the entrance, there was also the bar. And apparently, according to signs around the property, no outside alcohol was allowed. So you need to either order from the bar or go elsewhere for drinking. Now, why don't we take a look at the king-size private room? That's a very nice chair. It is one of the comfy wooden chairs, and I wish I have one of those at home as well. And of course, you've got 2 layers of wooden window, and this one blocks the light and maybe some noise. I do not know. Ooh, it's pure dark. I can turn on the light. Yeah, and it's one of those old style. Very nice, historical, maybe original wood paneled windows. And let's open it up. Oh, it has the little doorknob right here. And here comes this one. So what also makes staying inside a private bedroom different from staying in the general dorm is that actually towels are provided rather than you have to bring in your own towel, which I also brought for this trip as well. The only one thing that's noticeable is the king bed itself, and there isn't really anything else, not even the cabinet or safety box or anything. They do have some hooks on the wall, but that looks rather very funky and not really useful if you are a business traveler who just want to hang your coat. They don't even have hangers, so you have to bring your own. And another noticeable thing for this specific room is that despite this is at a relatively premium cost. The thing is, the only way to cool this room down is either opening the window or turning on the fan. So yes, this room does not have air conditioning, but again, the temperature normally drops to a point that air conditioning is not necessary. However, if this one is indeed a 4-star property, then probably it should have air conditioning. Because remember, the 5-star hotel we stayed in Guatemala City, it had full-on air conditioning. So this one does not have any air conditioning, just does not make selling this property as a 4-star hostel on booking.com a sound advertisement. And one thing you notice is that this room does not have any luggage storage because it doesn't have a cabinet or any sort of other furniture other than a nice wooden chair. So that also brings a downside for this private king bed private room, is that there is nowhere really specifically to leave your luggage. There is one big locker assigned to your room in a common area, but again, like any other hostel, so you need to bring your own lock, and it is not located in this room but rather in the commons area. Yeah, so this is where I keep all my luggage. It is, going to be a hassle if I keep it in a commons locker, but for now, as long as this room has a lock, I think it will do the job. And okay, let's see how you turn on this light. I assume it's for this one. They also have water right here in the room, which I believe you can just use this jug to refill at one of the water stations. Now let's drink some water. Just want to see. Oh, it looks like it hasn't been used for some time, so maybe I won't be using it, but let me check the water to make sure this is good quality. Water looks alright, so I guess in that case I'll use an old Gatorade bottle for drinking water while I'm staying here tonight. One thing really awkward about this property is that for this king room, power outlets is like in the middle of nowhere. This is my leg, this is my knee, and there's still like almost an entire half a leg length. Yeah, like it's almost at my waist. So if you don't have any very long cables, I guess, well, these two are literally useless. And I thought, because this wall is so big and it has nothing, so I had a feeling that this was planned to be the outlets for television. The trash can, there's another one. Again, I'm not gonna charge my phone by the trash can. Water station. Still, the private room I stayed at did not have a bathroom of its own, so I had to use the shared bathroom close to the nearest water station, which was most likely to be busy during mornings and evenings as it was shared by at least 6 or 7 other private rooms in the same area. I ended up mostly using the main communal bathroom shown earlier, but that was quite a long walk away from the private room area. How was the sleep last night? Well, the bed itself was okay. It's a little bit on the hard side, but it was okay. But maybe I was too tired. And one thing I noticed was that, so for this window here, it can get really stuffy and hot unless you open it, but of course when you open it, it faces directly to a busy street. And yeah, because I was tired, I had air plugs in. It wasn't a problem, but when I woke up this morning at 5:30, there are already traffics going by, and because it was so hot, I was trying to open up the window, and there's a tuk-tuk driver just listening to music right outside. It did not bother me. You know, this is just a way of life, and that's actually something that I came here to see. But this is the one that really bothered me, because even before I went to sleep, I could see lights coming in from the outside, and because this is just a glazed window, so the privacy is definitely compromised. I think at one point somebody maybe next door was trying to shut the lights off, and I saw his or her shadow just passing by. And of course, if you're in the room and all the lights are on, chances are somebody could possibly see your figure from outside as well. And even after the lights were off, it's still not a very dark environment. So this, well, if they can add a curtain or something to this door, that would be fantastic. And as for this window here, another issue is more like air circulation, because if you have this one shut all day, it's gonna be very hot and stuffy. And as you can see, this is pretty much the only source. If you shut everything and you turn this on, it's just gonna be a circulation of hot air in a room, and there's nowhere for the heat to escape. So last night I did not even feel like that the temperature dropped low enough that you don't need air conditioning. But fortunately, I had a very high resistance towards heat, because in Vancouver sometimes summer gets really hot nowadays, all thanks to, well, climate change. And I do not have any air conditioning at home, and sometimes I have to sleep when it's 25 degrees outside. So it really wasn't a big concern for me. But if you rely on air conditioning, well, I guess this is the issue. And as for the breakfast, so there are 3 options you can choose, and the breakfast is also included in the room rate. Doesn't matter if it's going to be for a dorm or for a private room like this one. I think you can have 2 eggs and with some fruits, black beans, or some sort of a yogurt bowl or pancakes, and all of them to me seem to be all vegetarian. Again, I don't know if egg counts as vegetarian, but if it does, then yes, all of the options are vegetarian. Now let's talk about the price. How much I paid for staying here at Maya Papaya. So essentially, because during the Semana Santa, all the prices were being raised, and today happens to be right after it, so the price kind of went back to normal. What happened was that for 2 nights of dorm stay, I paid the same amount as 1 night of stay here inside a private room. One thing that definitely does not sound 4-star to me was that if you use your credit card, they do have a 5% surcharge. This I've never seen in any other hotels I've stayed here in Guatemala before. So for 1 night of stay here inside this king bed private room, I paid 673 quetzales a night, and that's also the price I paid for 2 nights of dorm stay here at this hostel during Semana Santa as well. And believe it or not, I think I ended up paying less for a 5-star hotel that's in Guatemala City than this one inside a hostel. Yeah, I know on booking.com it's advertised as a 4-star hostel, but now it's apparent to me that this hostel has nothing to do with the 4-star standard. Is it a good hostel? I mean, it still is. It's just like for this room, I think it's a little bit overpriced, because for that amount of money, for 670 quetzales or so, you can definitely get a local run nice hotel room, private bathroom, and probably breakfast, because normally you don't worry about breakfast, because first it's all over the place, and second, they're really affordable and probably offers a bit more option than the free breakfast provided by this hostel. So will I stay here again? If I have to stay in a dorm for some reason and it's the regular price, I would definitely consider coming back. The staff member, they're probably the highlight of this property. And as for this private room, I will probably consider booking elsewhere for better facilities and of course cheaper prices. Yeah, it's all the traffic noise from the main street that's right in front of my window. And keep in mind that window is shut right now. Alright, so I guess that's it for a review of Maya Papaya, a 4-star hostel according to booking.com. So if you think this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. So in the future, when we post more contents, you will be the first to know. Otherwise, happy travels, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And again, apologize for my voice. Yeah, this is due to the Acatenango hike, which is something that I highly recommend if you ever come to Antigua. Alright, that's it. Adios.